Well, that's a way to start the show. Welcome to the Free For All podcast.
It's just free for all now, Josh. We're multiple thing.
We're multiple thing.
Conglomerate.
That's Evan Swafford. I'm Josh Barnett.
Covers everything.
Chuck Nally there at the end.
Hello.
Trey Elliott on my left.
Yo.
This is part 2 of our show this week with a dynamite start. Really our best start ever, I would think.
I mean, anytime you start with some panty dropping.
I mean, have you seen what Chuck's doing? That's what it does.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't sure.
To each their own.
Between that and the hole in his pants, I guess probably that's what gets the ladies, doesn't it?
Doesn't hurt.
Is that why I failed for so long? I didn't have those sweet moves?
Or those jeans.
Yeah, that's true. I did not have those jeans.
Want to try them on?
No. They wouldn't fit.
That's what makes them rip.
Mm-hmm. My ass be popping.
Yeah.
Right out of my jeans.
Only work out your ass.
Well, thank you guys for joining us for part 2. If this is the first video you've watched, make sure you go check out on our YouTube channel for part 1, in which we covered some video game trailers that came out, the new Nintendo Direct Mini, as well as new Nintendo Labo, which I'm never going to get used to saying.
Labo Majora.
Or Labo Majora, sure.
Or Minor.
All right, so I'm getting right back into the news. You keep with your jokes.
You keep with your Labo.
Let's
Don't forget the Labo.
Let's get the unfortunate
You gotta
stuff
work the
out of the
Labo.
way first.
What's the unfortunate stuff?
Quantic Dream. Developer behind such games as Beyond Two Souls and the Heavy Rain. Almost forgot about it for a second. And the upcoming Detroit Become Human.
Don't work there.
No, apparently not. Under fire for abusive and poor work conditions. David Cage specifically being touted or targeted as the head of the studio.
There's racism thrown in there, I believe.
Yeah, racism, sexual harassment, a boys club mentality, which I think, really hard to say exactly what that means. But basically, it was a large grouping of people that work there, a large group of employees that have come forth and has been reported on over the last week or so. Cage and company have come out and categorically denied it, saying they're going to defend their honor, that this is completely untrue. Little tone deaf, saying things like, I mean, I've worked with LGBTQ people in the past, like Ellen Page.
Well, especially since they're
The equivalent of I have black friends.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
Yep.
literally that.
and mainly Detroit Become Human is basically mirroring the Black Lives Matter movement with
robots.
robots.
Yeah.
Aren't they all white?
Yes.
No, the one
Well,
from
most
E3
of the
last
stars
year,
are white.
the one from E3 last year was not.
There's a lot of white dudes
I
in that.
understand that.
game.
I'm just saying they are not all white.
I mean, even the robots are white. Come on, man.
Shit.
Come on.
on top of that, if you remember when Beyond came out, there was also apparently that full rendering of Ellen Page naked that she had not.
So they
Approved.
made up Ellen Page naked?
Uh-huh. And
No.
she was pretty upset with that. It was something you couldn't really get to in the game, but in a debug mode, I guess you could have it.
Yeah,
and the
some
pictures,
people hacked
leaked.
in and,
yeah.
and found that it was in there and just covered up, basically.
And she was none too pleased about that as
Yeah,
well.
those are on the internet somewhere.
I think every aspect of
On your hard
entertainment-
drive.
I think every aspect of entertainment is sadly going through this right now, and
Yeah.
I'm actually really intrigued to see what comes out of all of this.
Well, especially because the game industry kind of dealt with it almost before everyone else did with Gamergate and all that.
Gamergate, yeah. But I mean, obviously, within the last 6 months or so, specifically on the movie and television side, a lot of celebrities. Sorry to step on your feet here, but we've talked about this a million times.
I don't care.
A lot of celebrities.
We're never going to talk about it again.
Hopefully,
No.
it just doesn't matter who gets accused.
Not really. It's got to be fucking major at this point.
Okay.
With conclusive proof.
Okay.
His career has to be ruined, and it has to be major. Talking Clooney level.
Labo major.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
All right.
Vagina joke.
Do you guys think that this game still comes out without a delay or anything?
Yes.
Detroit?
Yeah.
Comes out.
Because Sony don't give a fuck about
Yes,
all that.
yeah. Now, I mean, maybe a delay. I don't know. When's it scheduled to come out?
I mean, it may get
First
delayed
half
because the
of
game's
this
not
year.
ready. But
I think this will probably be blown over by the summer if that's when they want to put it
It
out.
also won't come out in the summertime either.
yeah, I think
it'll be
I think it was going to get
Q3,
delayed
4.
anyways.
Yeah.
But
Games like that always get
it
pushed.
seems like a fall game to me, probably.
I'm just wondering. I mean, again, this is not technically a Sony-owned studio, so they could be something where they don't necessarily want to.
If they are going to
Promote
push it, they need to make sure.
To push it real good.
That was the next thought in my head. That's not what I'm thinking. They need to wait before they push it, because if they push it now, even though they may have been planning to, Every time I say push it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
in my,
every
in my
time.
head, I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Push mix. If they delay the game, they need to delay it later. If they do it now, people will think it's because of this, even if it was already planned.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I also don't think that that's a bad thing. Like, if anything, it gives them a better excuse to delay the game.
I don't know that delaying the game really helps, though, is the thing.
If they spin it, and obviously this would be completely spinning, but if they spin it to say, like, to perform a thorough investigation.
Okay, I can see something like that maybe
To give
being good
validity
PR
to the
spin.
claims. Yeah, I mean, there's totally a way that even if they were wanting to delay it just because the game isn't ready or there are technical glitches or whatever, I'm not saying that I agree with that mentality or those tactics, but I think that it would be a smart move if they were
PR-wise,
going to
yes.
delay it already. That's not the only unfortunate news. The gentleman who was responsible for the death of a stranger by
stop swatting people.
Yeah, that.
It's stupid.
He has been sentenced for, or is at least facing charges of up to 34 months in
You
prison.
got involuntary manslaughter charges.
I don't think it's
Is
enough.
he been convicted already?
Explain it to me. I don't
so
think I know what it is.
Charges were brought. You know what swatting is?
No, that's
Okay.
not meant.
Swatting is when you're playing online against somebody or whatever, and especially it's PC because you can usually hack the IP because you're on a computer and not a console. But attacking someone's IP, figuring out where they are, and you call in like a major
like a
threat
hostage
against
situation.
them. And
Oh.
the
You
SWAT
call
team
basically the
storms
SWAT team to their house.
and they did it to some kid who like made a sudden move and got shot to death when the SWAT team came into
Yeah.
his house.
Yeah, like
I can't believe it's the
like,
first
went-
time someone's died.
There was a body cam video. He like went to pull up his pants or whatever, which he shouldn't have done. But yeah, SWAT shot him and killed him. I don't think 34 months is enough, is what I'm saying.
No.
It's not, but the problem is, what do you charge him with?
Well, it's also a repeat offense. He had swatted people before.
Well,
He
that
had made
would
false
help,
claims.
yeah.
Obstruction. I know that maybe that's not 34 months or more, but involuntary manslaughter with obstruction of justice. I mean, you're literally fucking with the actual legal system, with the police.
I'd throw
system
everything
in
I
general.
could at him for
Like,
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there needs to be an example because this is something that's been going on for years. It's just like DDoS attacks or doxing people. Like, it is just taking personal information, making it public knowledge, and it's the worst aspect. It's like a Black Mirror thing. It's the worst aspect of technology's progression, in my opinion. Like, the completely innocent person, and he's like come out and said he feels remorse and he's sorry. I don't care. Like, you killed somebody.
Yeah, I'm
If-
sure
if
you didn't
you-
mean for him to die,
But you
caused
essentially
it.
murdered somebody, in my opinion. I don't think it's involuntary at all.
Yeah,
you,
there's
you
some-
created the environment and the situation for him to be have harm to come to him.
I wonder if like an accessory to murder is holds a higher sentence than
Than
involuntary
involuntary?
manslaughter. Yeah,
I would think so.
I'm no lawyer, but
I mean, you look at like
I've watched a lot of Law and Order, so
You'd
you
have-
You're
look
the
at
by far the
involuntary-
closest thing here.
That is actually true.
Accessory to murder has to be gone
It's
along with
meditated.
someone. Someone had to commit murder, and no one
Yes.
committed murder is the problem.
that I guess I can. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people have tried to signal out the cop himself for shooting first when he was clearly unarmed. But like, I this is one of the very rare scenarios that I actually side on the officer's side here. Like, I don't know. All they know is somebody was apparently being held hostage.
you can't take the
like,
risk.
The details were like he said that he was holding his family hostage and that there were multiple children in the house. Apparently,
How old was this kid?
that did the call?
No, that died.
I don't think he was a kid. I think he was an adult.
20s or 30s, I think.
yeah.
But
No. 60 law enforcement officers descended upon Long Beach,
Jesus.
New York for the
don't commit a crime in Long Beach.
he was
No.
17 years old.
Fucking
Okay.
kid.
Yeah, no, I put 100% of the blame on the cops.
Oh, do you? Well, okay.
Yes, well,
I
not
guess-
100%, but shooting a kid like that
I guess
for
I see
pulling
what
up
you're
his
saying.
pants, you don't do a kill shot like that.
So that was the first.
How
thought
much
that came
vetting
to
did
my
they do?
head Is
Did they just get the call and knock down the door?
well, he answered the door. Apparently, like I don't know how 60. Like I need to go back and watch the video. I don't know how 60 law enforcement officers coming up on them.
And
would be
describe
answered, but,
pulling up pants, like hitching his pants
like
up.
he went behind his back to like pull his pants up.
Aren't they supposed to say like, "Don't do that, or I'll kill you"?
Probably.
Man, I think
That's
there's
the
probably a
verbatim.
much larger
No, there's
like
a lot. There's a
discussion
lot
about.
of blame going on around
And
here.
I
Okay,
agree.
he shouldn't. The kid, God, 17 years old, man.
Yeah,
Cops
it's fucked up.
cops need to be trained better than
And
that, especially 60 of them.
For Call of Duty, yeah. Like, and it was an argument. I'm looking here, yeah, in
You
Call of
vet,
Duty.
and if you think that it's serious, You throw in like tear gas and shit. You don't ring the goddamn doorbell and somebody answers the door with 60 cops in their yard.
Fire!
Exactly. God, that makes me mad. If that, ooh.
Well, yeah. You mean
All right.
you can't follow that mentality. 'Cause
Don't
that
you
would-
swat Chuck.
No,
I
don't.
mean, I'll die because I got holes in my pants. I'm gonna pull my pants around.
It's over.
it sucks to me. It's like really disappointing that this kind of shit.
That kid died for no fucking reason.
Yeah, I mean it's the unfortunate reality, and yes, I mean I feel like
He
there
is
needs to
a
be-
little over 2 years older than Trey.
There has to be some sort of, I agree, vetting process, like, because it is something that's happening a lot. Like, I don't know how you can really vet somebody calling in that kind of a scenario as an operator. Like,
Did they get a description of the guy?
I believe so. Maybe not
How
a description.
did the guy know?
I don't know.
It's a lot of them are on Twitch when it's happening, because they get them to they get it to happen because like a lot of it ends up getting live streamed when that shit happens.
It sucks. It really sucks.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
And it sucks that there's like two really shitty stories. I do agree that this one hits a little bit closer to home and is completely avoidable and is incredibly
both are
unfortunate.
completely
Yes, they are
avoidable.
both, yeah, you're right. They are both avoidable, but somebody lost a life here, and so
Yeah.
it's very disappointing. And now a dynamite segue into better news.
Yeah,
We can only go up from here.
The Duke controller for the
Yeah.
Xbox
Yeah.
is getting a comeback for PC, and is it actually coming to Xbox One?
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna buy this thing?
No.
I will.
You are?
Yeah.
For $70?
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, it's 70.
Fuck that
expensive.
noise.
It's expensive.
It's
Especially with
really
the rumors
expensive.
of like the other Elite controller that's
Isn't
Yeah,
that the
do
same price as Joy-Cons?
yeah, those are also insanely overpriced.
Yeah,
same price as the Pro controller.
there's
though, which
probably
is
a new
totally
Elite
worth it.
controller coming,
No, the
but
Pro
yeah,
controller is also overpriced.
that it is. But I mean, so is this. But
There's not a whole lot of details on the
they
Elite
added
controller,
some.
but
They added some bumpers to this to help like make it better for current
the Duke.
games.
Was
Yeah,
it
the
to
Duke.
take place of the black and white buttons?
No, the black and white buttons are still on
Yeah,
the
they're
face.
still.
I know
there.
they're still on the face, but I mean
probably
they're
take care of the
useless.
function. Yeah.
I would-
They
I would-
added an LED screen that plays the original Xbox opening whenever you turn the Duke controller on, which
Good.
is fun, but not
Can
necessary.
you see how many blocks of memory you have left on your hard drive?
Cool.
Was that on the original Xbox?
Yeah,
Blocks?
I
Yeah.
don't- I
Yeah,
forgot,
they
'cause
also had
Sony's
those.
always like
PlayStation
those
2
little-
was that way too.
It was always like 59,999 or whatever. Like I don't know anybody who ever got through those blocks.
Well, it also came with like what was it, like 59 blocks or something like that? And they're like, it says it's like supposed to be 150 blocks. I'm like, it takes memory to run the thing,
yeah.
but they kept those little black
Yeah, 'cause I remember
memory cards.
PS2,
Yeah.
The cards on PS2, like the more stuff you had in your memory card, the more like blocks. I don't know what the deal with blocks and that.
It was just a
iteration
way
was.
because like we weren't used to saying gigabytes and
Yeah, it's a way
bytes
to
and things
visualize
like
the
that.
memory.
gigabyte.
But, I mean,
People still can't figure out what the fuck gigabytes and megabytes and
Because they're stupid.
No,
I,
I can
I
tell
can't
you
tell you how many
that
people called
daily
GameStop and asked,
conversations.
how many gigabytes does I have? Well, sir,
Gigabytes.
gigabytes isn't a fucking thing.
But how many gigabytes?
Isn't that Tig Notaro's
You
memory?
said gigawatt.
Yeah, that's how much memory specifically Tig
If you
Notaro
respond
has.
with gigawatt and record
If
it, I will
about
give you
Louis
money.
CK a lot.
It turns out.
Significant number of blocks she has dedicated to her.
To Louis C.K.'s
Stop it.
indiscretions.
Yes.
I will not stop. I can't stop, and I won't.
So, Chuck, does that mean you're going to be buying 3 controllers maybe because the Sea of Thieves controller you have pre-ordered?
Man, that thing's cool. I'm not going to order it because
I've got it pre-ordered.
I have this weird aversion to buying a new controller, despite the fact that I constantly want a new controller. But
I need one.
yeah, you do. You've needed it for years.
So I needed a glow-in-the-dark one that has one single gold trigger.
It's pretty fucking cool.
It comes with some badass Ferryman DLC costumes for like what is my
He's a ferryman.
like top 5
Yeah.
anticipated games this year. The Sea of Thieves controller is awesome.
It's
I think.
really cool.
I think it
looking.
looks so fucking
I
cool.
posted it to our Twitter account. Check it out there. Nowhere else though.
Yeah, just there.
It's
At
the
FFA
only place
Podcast.
it is. Turns out they let us have the exclusive, and I lie a lot.
Don't look that up though. Just look up our Twitter.
Unrelated facts.
This also comes alongside the release date, which we got technically back at the Game Awards, but we haven't recorded since then. March 24th.
Oh yeah, I won those by the way.
Shut up.
It's news.
Am I the Chuck? You and I are the only ones. I think you're not going to get that controller, right?
No. I have 2
No.
controllers. That's all I need.
That's fair.
I've
Turns
got-
out more than you need.
I've got 2 Xboxes, so the more the merrier.
That is
That's
true.
fair.
But you're the only one.
March
who
20th,
I really
by
want
the
one
way.
of those.
20th.
Because I still want to do like the little like the
420.
the labs
Weed.
thing where you can create your own, like design it.
Yeah,
that was on
I
labs?
want an elite controller.
So that-
I need none of that. Though.
Like the last 2 years, I've wanted to get like each of you one of those for your Christmas gifts. That's expensive.
yeah, I was like, that's way too much.
It's also $70,
That's what I'm saying. It's too expensive.
kind of went along.
and you're
Plus, I
just
would
gonna
have to
get
get you,
like
like-
blue and white, like everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
get
almost
you
the
guys,
exact
like,
same colors.
Duke controllers. I was actually gonna do them like free for all colors, but then I was like, I can't figure that out because I'm colorblind.
You don't know what our colors are?
Also, you have
White,
people in your life, man.
Black.
That was Doug.
Was he?
I hope at least.
stampeding or
He's a 50-pound dog.
He also just flushed the toilet.
He's smart.
He's potty
a
trained.
Smart dog.
I'll help.
I can't wait for Sea of Thieves though.
Me too.
Yeah.
Beta
And
comes
your new
out
controller.
I'm excited to play it once.
January 24th. That's where I got
Next
the
week.
24th.
Yeah.
It's next Wednesday,
Wednesday,
which
okay,
I won't
cool.
be able to play for the first 2 days, sadly, because I'll be out of town. But I'll be back in for the weekend gaming.
Saturday it is.
Yeah, get a pre-order on that, by the way, so you can get some sweet DLC, but also get a closed beta invite as well.
Sweet. Should have been part of the alpha or Trey, so you could be a founder though.
Yeah, founder status.
Yeah, I finally got my email on that,
Did
by
you?
the way.
Good,
Yeah.
good. You get that emblem. You got to be able to show people
Yeah.
you're a founder.
When you're
Founder.
on the forums,
Fucking founder.
as we all
It's
are.
also in the game. There's like a
Oh,
patch
is there?
something you get
Okay.
for your icon. Yeah.
I thought it was just on the forums.
I had a founder status back. Remember when Call of Duty came out with that whole like separate service when
Yeah.
they were at like their
Yeah.
peak?
Mhm.
I was one of the original ones to sign up for that, so I always had like a little founder thing for that, which I always was cool. It didn't
Sure.
do anything, but
You let people know about it.
right. And then they're like, "Why aren't you better?"
No, this was during the time where you like played all the time, and you
I
were
was
like
okay.
really
I was
good.
still I was pretty good in the grand scheme of things. Okay.
Right. Hey man, I've already prestiged like 900 times. How many times you prestige? I don't play that game. You play Call of Duty.
That's pretty much how all those
Why are
conversations
you
went.
talking like that?
You know that's how they talk.
Well, that's
People will
probably
get
fair.
physically mad at me because I refuse to prestige because I always thought it was stupid. I was like, I'm fully leveled up. I don't want to start over.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm on my 9th, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah. Somebody explained that to me. I was like, why would you do that to yourself? Just so that
They
people
later
can
like
see?
started hiding like weapon skins and stuff behind it, which that's cool if you want to do
Skins.
that. Skins. But yeah, it wasn't for me. That's Call of Duty.
That is Call of Duty.
Continue.
You know it's not Call of Duty?
No, I don't.
The Vanishing of Ethan Carter.
It's not, but yeah.
coming out to Xbox, so Chuck, you can finally like it. January 19th.
That was well delivered.
January 19th.
Yeah.
That's in 2 days.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna play that.
For $20,
Probably
for anybody who hasn't played it, this
That game
was one of
awesome.
NMI's favorite games from 2 years ago.
Yeah. God, the
on,
Mirror House.
PS4.
Enjoy it.
They also added just a straight up free roam mode, so
Yeah, it's a pretty ass game.
I said mode a little weird there.
Mode.
Mood.
A la
But yeah, you
mode.
could just look at the incredibly
Depeche
pretty graphics of that game
Mode.
without seeing any of the characters, which was your big issue with it, Chuck, right?
What?
The humans, you didn't think they looked very human-like?
Oh yeah.
Compared to the rest of the game, which was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's a valid complaint, despite the fact that that game's amazing.
and a couple of the voice actors weren't that good. I mean, it was
I mean,
the game was good. It's just I didn't like it as much as you guys.
Yeah,
did.
I just adore the story mainly. The one part of the game I didn't like was the random like ghost story in the mines. Just didn't fit with the rest of the game.
yeah, it was like kind of a weird horror type thing too.
Despite the
They-
fact
they-
that I made the perfect run and never ran into the ghost.
I did. I screamed a little bit.
I heard it was terrifying.
It got you. It wasn't quite PT level.
Oh, I remember that now. At first, I was like, "What the fuck are they talking?"
Did I play
Did I
this?
not? What the fuck?
Did I just play Madden?
Speaking of games that other people like that one person doesn't, Grand Theft Auto Online broke its player
story.
record after the Doomsday Heist came out.
Yeah, Doomsday Heist
It's
more
so
than
good.
later.
Years after that game came out.
Turns out that game does well.
Yeah, I almost want to play it just because I want a DeLorean, but it's gonna take me forever to afford one.
Or you can buy shark cards.
I've thought about it more than once since we started playing again.
What's a shark card?
Shark cards
It's
are ways
money.
to buy in-game money.
Oh no, I'm not gonna do that.
I need a mobile command center.
You
God
are
damn
the
it!
not a-
poster
it's
child
not-
for who would
It
fall
is
for that.
not a DC or Star Wars mobile fighting game, so I'm not gonna
God,
spend
if
money
you
on it.
got into this, I guarantee you would buy it.
I mean, shortcuts are there. For
I
a
did buy a
reason,
shark
sir.
card mainly just so we could play the Doomsday Heist because we hadn't been playing enough recently, so we didn't have enough money saved up. Well, Trey did, but we didn't. We didn't need Trey to run the heist. That's just
There was also
Thanks.
a pretty big problem happening recently where people are using people have had like a bunch of money, and they're just using those tactical missile strikes all over the map.
Oh, the orbital strikes?
Yes, and just leveling people, just killing swaths of people because they have all kinds of money.
It costs $500,000 every time you shoot an orbital strike
Yeah.
missile.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it takes
Some
a good
people
while
in
to
there
make
have
that
like
much in the game.
billions of
of
dollars.
and it's not fair. And
So
then
they're
they
just-
just hunt me.
They get on like this big ass server that's chock full of people and just start leveling downtown, which is where most people go anyway.
Yeah, don't go downtown if you don't want to fight.
Yeah. Don't make your way downtown. Who sings that?
Vanessa
Billy
Carlton.
Ocean?
Josh knew exactly who
Yeah, it's Vanessa Carlton.
very quickly.
That song is delightful. goddammit.
I answered faster, and it
I was right
funnier.
there with you.
I didn't say the right thing.
I know you didn't.
Caribbean Queen.
This guy gets it.
I did skip over one piece of Xbox news, which is actually one of my favorite pieces of news out there right now. The new
Billy Ocean.
the rumored changes to the achievement system, Xbox Careers.
Yeah,
This sounds kind of cool.
it is cool.
Like, so this is an update to your Xbox Live profile in general.
Because they're bringing avatars back, too.
They are bringing avatars back in a big old way. And
Big old dicks.
didn't go there, but
Big dicks play your basketball.
what?
No answer for that, huh?
That's
Oh,
Big
shit,
Mouth,
yeah.
dumbass.
I remember now.
God, Big Mouth is good. Watch that show.
This
Available
looks,
on Netflix.
this looks really cool. So this is going to have like achievements that are tied to like a quest and loot system with your avatar and with your Xbox Live profile in general. Rumored, of course, right now. Nothing has been officially announced.
And they've done like a light version of this for a long time on Xbox Game Preview, which like was achievements basically for doing stuff like to help game preview. But this is a way cooler version of it.
Yeah, like, so the one thing that people are kind of worried about, but I actually think is cool, is they could totally use this to target games that maybe didn't sell as well or that people aren't playing as much and try and garner new
First-party
interest about them.
titles.
Like, yeah, I mean, they could, this month,
Recore.
this month there's a Sea of Thieves quest for you to go get. And,
Yeah, why wouldn't there be?
yeah, and like this is actually, so this is something that I had wanted Nintendo to do with the Mii's for a long time because you can get avatar items. Not only loot boxes, although they have said specifically that, or the rumor is that there would be no money charges for the loot boxes, but they would be random items. But these quests would be tied to getting specific avatar items as well. And I used to say that if Nintendo ever did an achievement or trophy system, that they should get you like game-specific items for your Mii. Like I should be able to dress my Mii up like Link if I want, but only if I've done X amount of quests or whatever.
Yeah,
in
because
Zelda,
360 had that, but it was like very specific game. Like they had a basically Rare designing items for like very big games. There was no achievement. You just either had to buy them or they were just given to you.
Yeah, I saw them as pre-order bonuses a few times.
Yeah,
Stuff
or
like that.
you know,
Halo had some pre-order bonus stuff
Halo
like that.
Batman or the Arkham games had a
Yeah.
bunch of that
Yeah,
stuff
there's
too.
you used to have the Joker avatar.
I still do.
Yeah.
I do. I have a warthog. I did buy a warthog and a lightsaber.
I've
and
got
the
a
Panthers too.
Omniblade on my avatar
Mine has
currently.
a Earthworm Jim shirt on and half pants.
Yeah, your half pants are a little weird.
They're the best.
I don't like them.
God, my half pants better poured over.
Need those updated graphics on them pants.
Gotta show that kneecap.
Sure.
Evan has a good kneecap.
It's true.
More Xbox news. The Coalition, developers who have taken over the reins for the Gears of War
Gears.
series, is apparently rumored to be working on a new Perfect Dark game, or at least helping an unknown studio with a new Perfect Dark game.
Rumored.
Yes. And then
Because this was
also-
actually one of my predictions I thought about. I was like, oh, everybody's seeing this all of a sudden.
and then also there's a scuttlebutt that they might also be working on an entirely new IP as well.
Yeah.
Whether that means that they're working on 3 games because Gears 5 is being made, or if they're not doing much work on Perfect Dark. It's interesting that Perfect Dark is potentially in the works
Why wouldn't Rare be making this?
because Sea of Thieves is a big ass game.
Yeah, but it's almost done. I mean, I realize
They
there's
probably have
maintenance,
post. They also probably have post game content.
There's absolutely they're going to add to that map and all
More
that kind
on
of
that
stuff.
but it'll be a long game. I get that. I just figured because I mean, Perfect Dark was. I mean, it's over a 90 on Metacritic and everything. That was a big ass, like, well received game. It's
The
just
first one, the
Zero was not good.
Zero
Yeah.
wasn't, but that's been a long time ago. You know, I just always that's an easy one to adapt. I always thought.
Yeah, I mean they are a very talented studio though. Like I could totally see them doing a lot of cool work with Perfect Dark or a new IP in general. I kind of wish they would just sunset Gears for a while.
Yeah, Sunset Overdrive.
Gears
only.
edition.
I'd play all
I'd
of it.
take that. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
Who plays
I think
the
that's cool
Krill?
news.
Was
Has
that
anyone
the-
got the new Xbox Live dashboard yet?
No.
Trey, it'd be you if anyone had it, because you had
No,
not
I
really.
haven't.
It's the updated their achievements on there before this career thing, if that's going to happen. It shows you like your percentage, like what your closest achievement to getting is, like within any game.
Yes, I do
Okay,
that.
yes, I have seen that.
It
I've
gives
got
you-
that
Didn't know
too.
was-
I got it whenever I got the Xbox One X. Like if you sit there and leave it for a minute, like this blade comes over and
Okay,
Yeah.
I just hadn't let it sit long enough, I don't think. But yeah,
Oh yeah, no, I do have that. I fell asleep at the end of a.
it lets
It's a
you know
robot
like what to
episode,
go
isn't
for your achievements, like if you're
Yeah.
like actually going for gamer score and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's almost
really
like a
cool.
screensaver.
Yeah, it popped up and told me that my most recent achievement was beating the devil in Cuphead.
And they brought the leaderboards back.
Did they? I didn't see that. I haven't messed around with the interface. I don't play my Xbox as often as you guys do, so I haven't really messed with it. I really only use it for streaming and Cuphead. Streaming. Thank you.
This wasn't towards you. I just like to say it.
Go.
Go on.
Are you is somebody deleting the notes
Josh
as
is.
they go?
I am.
Stop. It's for posterity. That's the only
Chuck
reason.
has to save everything in OneNote ever.
Oh god.
Yeah,
so
you-
we can go back and look at stuff. It's cool.
All right.
We're gonna do the fucking game predictions later. I kept that for a reason. I keep all this stuff.
I don't delete the predictions. Never mind.
Don't you delete
I
anything?
won't delete anything anymore.
Don't even
it
touch
helps
your
me
phone.
keep track of the news that we've already covered because I'm bouncing around. But all right, fine.
Just move your cursor down. How hard is it to read down?
I'm not going in order.
Oh my God, no one cares. Just continue the show.
I care.
He cares.
So there's
Well, no one besides Evan and
And
really,
me.
And
I mean,
Chuck.
well,
Obviously.
fine. No one watching.
I'm watching right now.
See,
Of
our
thieves.
viewers care.
God, y'all are like, this is the closest Trey's ever been to committing suicide.
No, he's
Jesus
not.
Christ,
Maybe
that
murder.
was a big.
Damn.
That was a big leap.
Trey's looking forward to the end of the 30 days too much.
So Assassin's Creed Rogue is coming back.
Yeah.
I thought this
I
already
guess.
happened.
No,
What- what is
it
this?
was
No.
This
It
is
was
the
when-
360
PS3,
only.
Xbox 360 one.
It's when the new systems came out and they had a new Assassin's Creed for the newer systems, and then 360 and PS3 got their own Assassin's Creed game.
Oh, okay.
This is the old one. They're porting it up finally.
When Syndicate came out, right?
Yes,
yeah, it
that
wasn't-
seems right.
Yeah, it wasn't Unity. I don't.
No.
was it Unity?
No.
No, it wasn't. Unity was the year after that.
No,
No,
it was
Syndicate
Unity,
was the year
then
out of that.
Syndicate.
He's
Unity
right, it was
It would have
Unity.
been Unity.
Yeah,
then,
it was
okay.
Unity. Which because this was the one that wasn't fucked up and broken.
Yeah, so people like it more.
Yeah, I actually heard good things about it. I love Black Flag. It was that same team. I'm not gonna play this, but cool.
Well, a lot of people will be really excited for this.
I mean, I loved Assassin's Creed this year. We'll talk about that in our next show, but I just don't. I don't know if there's a reason for me to go back and play Rogue specifically. But I mean, it's cool that they're willing to do that.
Rogue.
Yes.
Rudes.
However, an old game coming back potentially that I'm really excited about is Burnout Paradise.
Right?
A remaster was apparently
That game's fun.
leaked for Japan, and a worldwide release would be obviously imminent after that.
Japan.
It's my favorite racing game of all time.
I've been
Except for
playing.
Beetle Adventure Racing on the N64.
That game is really highly rated. I was
Because
going
it's
through Metacritic
awesome.
scores today. That had like a 91. I
It's
was
amazing.
like, what?
It is.
It's not as good as
absolutely
Burnout, dude. You're smoking
I
something.
like them both.
Burnout is just
Equally.
amazing.
There are so many shortcuts in Beetle Adventure Racing.
There are. It just becomes part of the
I
track.
feel like if you bought a Beetle, then you took a shortcut in life.
Yeah, to greatness and
Really?
adventures
Really?
and racing.
I don't like what just happened.
Me neither.
Burnout Paradise. Eh?
Did you ever play Burnout?
No, not really.
Oh, they're fun. You would
I
have
mean,
liked
he
it.
is one.
I'm sure.
Damn. Take that, Trey. I
Yep.
guess.
He's
I'm
been
hurt.
spending most of his life
Very hurt.
playing lots of Burnout Paradise.
That's fair.
I appreciated that.
Yeah, Coolio.
No shame. I only exclusively listened to Avril Lavigne's "Girlfriend" off of that soundtrack. It's the best song in that game to drive to,
No.
and I just enjoy
Shame.
that song. No
Shame.
shame
Shame.
whatsoever.
Shame.
I'll listen to it right here, right now.
Watching the world?
What?
You got it.
Nailed it.
Right here, right now.
Damn it!
It was just too fast.
Oh, I miss Crystal Pepsi. I can't drink it
No,
anymore.
that was right now. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
you're
different
right,
song,
you're
you
right.
dummy.
Oh, damn.
It was also Crystal Gravy from Saturday Night Live. That
That sounds
also-
way better than Crystal
I'll
Pepsi.
admit, as soon as it said Crystal Pepsi, the Crystal Gravy popped in my head.
yeah, because it's still Van Halen.
You're right. No, who was right here right now?
Richard Marks.
No.
I don't know.
That's not true.
Billy Ocean.
You know what? He's right.
Billy.
So we hope to hear more
Next to
about
the
that
Atlantic,
in the
you're my
future.
favorite ocean.
Evan, how
Yes,
often
Josh.
do you play your PlayStation VR?
Been about 13 months now.
What if you could watch Roman Reigns in VR?
It's going to be the actual reason I hook it back up. Not for Roman specifically, although guaranteed. it'll
Jesus
be
Jones.
Yeah, Jesus Jones.
For real?
Yes, right here, right now. Jesus
It's
Jones.
pronounced Jesus.
Jesus Jones.
Jesus honest.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, I'm going to do this. What is this app? What's it called?
I think it's just Next.
The Next app?
Yes. So like, because you put NBA or somebody put NBA in here. They've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. I
you could buy,
probably would have been checking this out already.
So you can buy like single game passes. Apparently NFL does it as well. Like there's 50-yard line seats that you can essentially have.
Yeah, this is what VR should be used for.
Yeah. So they're
porn.
putting special cameras.
God, yeah.
I mean that exists already.
It does exist.
Well, not on PlayStation.
I mean it has a web browser. I'm sure you can make
Their
that
web
work.
browser sucks. If you want to look at porn, use Xbox.
Do they have a web browser?
Xbox?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know they got Bing on there. I'm not gonna Bing porn.
That sounds like the only
You
way to
have
do porn.
binged porn,
I
and
have
I know you have.
I've asked Google maybe. I haven't binged
but-
it.
What are you doing asking Google?
Where to porn? That's what I ask it.
Oh,
How do you
where
not
EA?
know?
I don't know. Sometimes you like to go to different sites, Trey.
Yeah, Explorer was on Xbox. And
Okay. No one uses Internet Explorer.
I do.
Yeah, I do.
You bastard.
Occasionally at work, some sites that I have to use only work in Internet
God, it's
Explorer.
bad.
No,
It's
it actually works
Internet.
a lot
It's
better
now
than it used
Microsoft
to.
Edge actually.
Yeah, they
Internet
changed the name
Explorer.
of it to Edge. That's what I was
No,
about
no,
to
no.
say.
There's two.
Oh, either
'Cause
way,
Internet Explorer still
Edge
exists.
and Explorer.
Okay,
Edge
well-
is the app.
they
No.
both suck.
Edge is a version of Explorer that is used primarily for tablet modes on Surfaces.
That's what I mean by the. That's what I meant by the app. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
it's
what they
still-
use on.
like,
That's
I
what
can
they
pull it
use
up
on
right
your
now.
Xbox too.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
Edge
It corresponds with Cortana better. You can write on it better, all that kind of stuff.
and porn.
Yeah, Edge porn.
Anyway,
That's actually a thing, by the way.
back to the VR talk.
Back on the VR tick.
It's where I like to live. So I guess the WWE is like going to be producing like little 10-minute highlight segments
highlights.
with special cameras that are set up like in the crowd.
Really
or-
interested in this. I mean, I'm a big wrestling fan, but
I think it's a really cool idea. Apparently, yes, they have been doing this where you could purchase like a $7 single game ticket, or if you have the NBA League Pass, you actually automatically get access to these games.
yeah, didn't there like one free game a month or something like that?
I haven't looked into it too much, but I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Because I'd
For you to be able
really
to do that?
love to watch one game, like one NBA game, and that just to see what it's like. If
Yeah.
it's cool, I'd be like only VR from now on.
Especially, I mean, obviously, you would like for this to be on maybe like the Vive Pro or something, or like PSVR 2, maybe a little bit higher res model.
Games in VR, that'd be amazing.
They should do what?
They can place the camera right on Coach K's nozzle nose. I forgot a slang term for nose.
Schnoz.
Yeah, it is schnoz.
Not nozzle.
No.
No.
No, it's not.
Said
Okay.
no one ever, actually.
This guy didn't go to Duke.
Um,
That's in most people.
I think it's really, yeah, I think it's a cool use of technology, but you can also use it for games,
It's true.
such as the 130 PSVR games that Sony says is potentially coming out this year.
Emphasis on the word says.
Well,
Well,
there's,
no,
there's
here's-
120 currently.
Here's the thing. This is both exciting and bad. Exciting because they have realized late that there was really good support shown for this, and that way more people than probably should have invested in this, and they're rushing to catch up. So they're putting out a shit ton of games. Bad. There's 130 games of which we don't know what 128 of them are, which means they are small little novelty games. which is-
Shovelware.
I don't think
it's
that's
shovelware.
necessarily the case.
I
The
think
bulk
is
of those 130 are
100%
going to be
the case.
shovelware.
I think 10 of those might be a kind of
You can
bigger
get
title.
They
Summer
just-
Lesson.
Now, like Transcendence, sure. I also think Transcendence may be the killer app that they're looking for VR, if it's what people say it is. But
Syndrome.
What else have you even heard of that's coming
VR
out in VR this year?
Worlds.
What is that? Mouse
Here they
game?
lie. You can get that one.
That mouse game also looks like hot
People think it's great.
garbage.
Everybody who's played it loves that game.
Oh god, it looks terrible.
I can't remember the
it
name.
looks
of
like
people
a PS2 game.
People think it's great. Like I
Very
have
fun.
legitimately heard good things about it.
PlayStation just needs to upgrade, and they need to upgrade the early adopters too, because it's bullshit.
They're not gonna.
No, they're not.
I know they're not, but they should.
No company would do that. Waiting, Chuck. I thought you were
What?
looking that up. The PSVR
Oh.
mouse game. Because it's really
Uh,
bugging me that I can't remember it. Moss.
Moss.
Bam, nailed it right before.
Cool. It doesn't look good.
I think it
It's
looks
also like half
also-
2D platformer, which defeats the
It's just
point of a
zoomed in.
VR.
I mean, not really. I think that more
What?
than just first-person games need to exist in VR.
Right,
I mean, it could be a
think more-
third-person game, but I
more
mean, how
third-person
involved
games
are
should.
you going to be when it's just moving this way?
Well, you're also not the mouse in the game. You're like a
The
person.
lion.
No, you're not. You know what?
How about
We're
you
gonna
sleep?
move on
When do you sleep?
tonight.
Where?
Snoop Lion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy shit!
I wish he would have left his name that.
Do you?
Yeah, man.
Why?
Snoop Dogg's already really cool, and Snoop Lion just made him cooler.
And fierce.
It's true. I wish PlayStation's VR was as powerful as Vive's. It's not, though.
God, I
No.
thought you were going to say Snoop Lion.
Yeah, I guess so. HTC did announce the Vive Pro, which, if I'm correct, I was looking at this earlier.
It solved a lot.
Isn't
Reportedly,
it wireless too?
Yeah, well, it has a wireless capability to it. It's solved. A lot of reports are saying it solved a lot of the problems with VR.
Which is cool. Like, I mean, I just think the technology is going to get better and better. And, you know, PSVR is a cool, cheaper alternative.
Make something besides Move controllers, you fucks.
They should do that.
They suck.
You might see that next year, this year, potentially. But either way, like,
Be prepared to
it's cool.
spend another $150.
I would for new controllers.
That's a lot of money sinking into that.
Yeah, but when it's done, think about how good Riggs is going to be.
Briggs supposedly got better, and they also gave it away for free. So I got my money back for that game, then got it for free. I had
Well,
a
there
guy
you
at the
go.
time.
There you go.
You did.
So there's been a God of War special edition announced. That actually got announced today. The Stonemasons edition. Anybody else see this?
Nope.
Nope.
One in the notes.
It was actually. Still
All I
is.
saw.
You added it at the end.
It's been there for a couple hours now.
Oh.
You really hate that we're talking about the notes, don't you, Trey?
Yes, it's infuriating, but continue.
Why?
Because no one wants to hear us argue about the notes.
They just
except
want
for
to hear us
Evan
argue.
And Chuck.
They do really just want to hear us argue, though, to be
I
honest.
mean, we do that without talking about the notes, though.
You're stupid.
Thanks.
I think you've made the notes talk way worse.
Okay.
So this comes with your normal
Notes!
collector's edition fare, such as a statue, a dynamic theme, which Evan was really excited about.
Just give that shit away for free.
Usually when you pre-order, you do still get that. Like a couple of like 2-inch little carvings, a cloth map, stuff like that. The reason I think this is anywhere like near newsworthy is I think that it gives us a better indication of the fact that we might be getting a release date fairly soon. Finally, you know, nothing is confirmed for that game right now. A lot of people think it's going to be a March game, but Sony is like being very tight-lipped about it. The fact that it is coming out with a collector's edition that has just now been announced, I wouldn't be surprised if we have a release date by the next game show that we record. Or
That wouldn't
earlier.
surprise me. March still seems early.
Yeah, it does.
The fact that it's almost February right now.
I mean, I think
I
if
think
they're-
April at best.
I think they could go with like March, like honestly, March 27th, like a week after all the other games come out.
God, I would be so upset.
I don't know. I mean, they don't really have to worry too much about other release dates. Like I do think, and I know that you don't necessarily agree. I think God of War is going to sell itself.
I'm
Um,
not sure that it will. Yeah.
I think that game has gotten a lot of great buzz, and people are just waiting for confirmation of the release date before they buy it.
I think honestly, I think it'll depend a little bit too on reviews. If it reviews earlier than release date and it reviews poorly, so I think after Ascension, people are kind of on the fence about God of War.
Yeah, if
There was a lot of-
poorly. I mean, that is still based on the assumption that it's a good game, which all indications right now are that it's a good move in the right direction. Everything has looked.
Oh,
really
well,
good.
I'm excited
But
for
there's
that
a lot
game.
of
I'm just
question
saying.
marks about it. There was a lot of apathy after the last trailer for it. One, a lot of people that loved old God of War will see the new style and bitch about that, and then there's a lot of people that don't know it's changed and got God of War fatigue that may not want a new God of War. I think it probably sells well, but I think there's a chance it could not sell well.
I think it'll be divisive.
They also seem pretty confident in it because there's also, I guess, rumors of where the series might go next. Exploring other lores.
They're not giving up God of War.
I don't want to skip. First of all, Stonemason edition. I mean, really? Come on, Stonemason? The hell? But
That's an odd complaint.
$150 plus. Nobody buys collector's editions with statues anymore. They sit, and then they're giveaways for free at GameStop during midnight launches.
Trey misses penny outs.
I do indeed.
I'm trying to think of the last one I bought, but I still buy them.
I only bought the Zelda one, and most of that was useless. I bought it for the case.
The case was helpful, though.
It is, because it was the same just to buy the case separate. So I was like, I might as well get this other crap that I don't need. But
I'm upset I didn't get I would have bought the Master Sword edition, like, absolutely.
I mean, at least that is unique. Like a generic statue of the main protagonist.
I don't know. Spoilers. I'm going to buy whatever Last of Us 2 collector's edition comes out with a crazy statue. As long as it's better than that fucking Nathan Drake Uncharted 3 one. I hate that thing. I hate it.
I've got it.
He doesn't stand upright. It's the worst.
I mean, it's still in
statue.
his case. Like all the statue collector's editions I have are still in the case. Like the BioShock.
See, that's not my style. Personally.
The Songbird one is pretty awesome.
It is, and you can see it while it's still in the case, which is even better. That's
also badass.
From a game from last year, but nobody buys them anymore.
That's Dishonored 1, isn't it?
No,
that was
Dishonored 2.
Was it 2?
Which was 2016.
It was last year. Well, now 2 years ago, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Wow, wow.
Let's go back to talking about the notes.
Notes, my goats.
No. I might buy the God of War. I mean, depending
That was a
on...
bullet point
Depending
in the
on...
notes.
I mean, I know it's $150.
You might buy the collector's edition?
I might buy the collector's edition. I am really, really excited for that game, and I don't know how to manage my money.
What about... There it
Well,
is.
I can't argue with that last
Man, how are you
point.
going to fit that in with the $200 Ni no Kuni 2
I
collectors?
want it so bad.
God, it's worthless.
I'm not going to buy it, but I really, really want it. That game got...
Wait,
And
that's
you
for
call
real? I
yourself
thought you
a
made that
fan.
up.
No.
No.
That's a legit
$200?
$200.
It's on our Twitter poll, and
my
I've got the
God.
results. It's not favorable towards Ni no Kuni.
I am super excited for that game. I'm sad that it got pushed also to the March 20th week.
I think I'd set $200 on fire before I did that out of principle.
PC principle?
God, I love him.
He was pretty great. Strong woman. Oh, man.
That's amazing.
Then
Yeah, they're going different places.
Yeah,
in
I
God of
mean, yeah,
War.
they're going to go to potentially to places like Egypt or Mayan mythology as well. I mean, pretty
They're
much just
basically
like
playing
Assassin's
God
Creed.
is Dead, the
Okay,
graphic
so-
novel.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gave 4 options
Oh, God.
What he did.
for the $200 Ni no Kuni 2 collector's edition. Take my money. It doesn't deserve to be pronounced correctly. I'll get the regular one. Nah. Or $200 for that game? Which got 50% of the votes.
Where were the other 50%?
I'll get the regular one and nah. So no one wants to get this $200 game.
I must not have voted.
You never do.
You're not going to buy that.
I'm not going to buy the $200 version.
Trey also never votes. He forwards at least.
I vote.
I also vote pretty regularly.
That is the noise
There it
you
is.
make when you're beaten in an argument.
Yeah, you're the originator.
I am a trendsetter.
This is for $200. Turn sideways. There you go. $200.
Worth it. 100%. We're going to move on while you're looking at that. So, Mad Cats? Anybody excited about Mad
It's
Cats
coming
being
back.
back?
It's been 9 long months.
9 whole months in our lives
With
without
no
Mad
Mad
We've
Cats.
not had
Have you
subpar,
missed them?
shitty plastic things.
I have missed them.
Hey,
You know what?
their rock band instruments were great.
Also,
They're all right.
They became way better in their
Spoiler
way.
alert: third-party cardboard accessories coming from Mad Cat soon.
How
I'd be okay with that.
I mean, how the hell was I going to buy controllers for the old GameCube I just bought or something, you know?
They
You guys.
They were pretty dynamite for that. You could buy a lot of great, really bad ripoffs of.
Hey, that shit still
GameCube.
works, man.
Yeah, man. You get that shitty Player 2
Yeah,
controller that
man.
nobody else wants to. What? What just happened?
Stopped you.
So they're back with I guess. So they're kind of pivoting to high-end PC peripherals. Like, so this is like there's a gaming keyboard and a gaming mouse that they're releasing right now.
Well, they
It's
got
not
bought out.
console
It's
stuff,
a whole new company just called Mad Cats.
which everybody's excited about,
I
right?
wonder if that fat British guy is still selling them at
God, I
GameStop
hope not.
conventions.
Mad Cats.
That dude definitely has had a heart attack by now.
Yeah, maybe. He always joked about how fat he was and how he had to buy 2 seats on the airplane.
He was a
That
large
wasn't
man.
a joke.
Always. It was to him.
There's a little bit of truth in every joke.
That's not true.
I mean, Kevin Smith had to as well.
Yeah, I know. Not anymore though. He's doing good.
Yeah, he lost a lot of weight.
Looks pretty good.
He doesn't carry pocket dogs.
Unless he sits down mouth first. He got a big mouth.
He does have a big mouth.
What?
They don't need 2 seats. He's got a big fat ass
Carry
mouth.
on.
Notes.
Moving on.
Follow the notes.
Pretty much the last story. The Nintendo Switch has been incredibly successful. It turns out. It surpassed lifetime sales of the Wii U in Japan in 10 months, and has actually become the fastest selling home console in U.S. history in its first 10 months.
It's true. Stay tuned to predictions later to hear Trey's thoughts on that from last year.
It was an educated guess.
Incredibly educated. I mean, that's cool. They've sold 10 million units in 10 months. Like, that's faster than PS3, faster than the Wii. Faster PS4 is what I was trying to say, not PS3. That did not. Sell
PS3
well.
was not fast.
$600 did not sell well. I think it's great. I think that we've been talking about, like, you'll see a lot of smaller game successes and a lot of third-party support that the company really hasn't had in years. Even if they are ports, this time people are actually excited about those ports. I think that they could very easily build off of this success and continue to have, just incredible numbers with this system. I want most of my games on the Switch right now.
I'm still not sold. I mean, I enjoy my Switch a lot. It's a way better system than what could have come out, what we worried that they might do. It's a great system, don't get me wrong, but I still think that I'm afraid they front-loaded everything they had, so keep it rolling.
We'll see. I honestly think that they've got a lot planned for this year and especially 2019.
I think if they don't have a lot this year and then they don't get a lot of stuff ready for next year, like 2 years would just murder the systems.
2 years would be bad, and I think that I think you look at the output on the Wii U for the last 2 years of that console, and there was nothing there. They put games out to die. They really
should
didn't
have a
release
large
anything.
catalog.
I think that they
waiting,
took
but-
2 consecutive years on top of what they've had since the system launched to create a bigger lineup for the first.
They also
2
have
to
a
3
lot
years
of
of this
semi-major franchises they haven't touched in a long time. So hopefully, like stuff like that's in development, like
I agree.
F-Zero or
Hopefully.
something like that.
I agree. We could maybe see a better Star Fox game.
God,
One could only
Star
hope.
Fox sucked balls.
When's the last good Star Fox game?
64.
64.
I didn't hate
Maybe
I didn't hate
Adventures.
Command on DS.
The GameCube game
Or-
really
Oh,
wasn't even
Adventures? No.
It was not a bad made game, but it's not what you wanted out of Star Fox. It was a third person like
It
action.
was
It's just
adventure
like the
game.
Metal Gear Survive thing. They
It was-
took
it
a
was
game and
literally
slapped a different franchise on it so it
Totally
would
sold
sell.
Zelda that way.
I mean, it was built off of the Ocarina of Time engine, though. Like,
yeah,
it
with
literally-
shitty gameplay.
It literally had the same
Goddamn
control scheme.
trading.
Speaking of,
dinosaur. You paid this much.
Speaking of Ocarina, you learn any songs? That should be our intro music.
I can sort of play Happy Birthday.
Known in the Zelda world.
They have birthdays.
Excuse me.
They'll celebrate
It
them.
was not an
Yeah, they
official.
do.
Ganon's in charge.
It was not an official Zelda Ocarina, so it didn't come with those songs in instructions.
We did not get him an official
Internet.
ocarina, Chuck.
I'm going to.
God.
Oh, let's see how fast it
It
takes.
That
didn't
was
come.
not
It
at
didn't
all
come
what I
with.
The songs that came
How
with it
to
were
play Zelda.
like Happy Birthday and like shit like that.
Oh, wow, that even finished it.
Do you think Ganon calls his dong the Ganon cannon?
There we go.
One could only hope.
There's a lot.
I understand there's a lot of videos. I'm trying to get the basics down first. Happy Birthday is harder.
Did you get that 12-hole ocarina?
How many holes
yes.
you got in your ocarina, girl?
If it does have. All right, you know what? That's going to wrap it up for this segment.
I'm going to suggest you go to
Yo, what's up, girl?
12holeocarina.com.
Thank you guys for watching. Do not go to
That is just a
12holeocarina.com.
website full of tentacle porn.
Don't spell out 12 or yes. It's the number 12. Wholeocarina.com.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out videos 1 and 3, also available on the Free For All YouTube. And we will see you guys in just a
Next time.